it is time for the moment of truth. The final match in this league with Hanweir battlements in our deck. What seemed like a outlandish idea to me at the beginning has now very much warmed up on me. I kind of like this build. I think there's some nice things going for it, but let's see if that holds true in the upcoming match. I will see you guys when we get our opponent's attention. Maybe we'll get destroyed this round. I hope not. I'd like to go 4-1, just the bread and butter, as FPOS puts it, classic 80% amulet. We will see, we will see. And we'll see very soon, because we now have our match pairing. Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. Our opponents were scared. That they knew what was coming. They could feel the rumbling tide of the primeval titan coming out from behind the hills. We're on the play. Fantastic. We're playing against all of our heart. Does our opponent have a ley line here or something? No, that doesn't make sense. We don't even have hands. I don't know what the holdup was there. That was quite unusual. Luris is revealed. I guess that's what the holdup was. This is a hand that is very unusual. I think it's keepable, though. We're going to be playing Amulet on turn 3. Or turn 2 if we draw an untapped source. But I'm a man that likes to risk it all. We could be playing against discard here, and in which case we might be severely punished for keeping this hand. But come on. Come on. Double bounce land. Playing a blank Vesuva on turn 1 in order to pick up a land and have a land in play. This hand would be great if it had access to a Simian Spirit Guide. Alright, let's play Vesuva, copying nothing, and pass. That's right, guys. This piece of cardboard, or digital cardboard, has absolutely no text. This is just a land that does literally nothing. Although, I suppose, with the Dryad out, it would still count as a mountain and tap for a mana of any color. And if our opponent, which I doubt this would happen considering the card that they revealed as their companion, but if our opponent happened to be playing any kind of Blood Moon type effect, actually that might be impossible. Is it 2 or 3? Each permanent has a cost of 2 less, so there's no way they could be playing Blood Moon. What a shame. We won't be able to tap this guy for a red. Very sad, very sad. Here's the discard spell for our Amulet. That's also very sad. Oh no, Seal of Fire. Untap land. Valakut. Huh. Let's get this Growth Chamber out there, I suppose. That way we can play Amulet and then play Growth Chamber, play the Vesuva copying, or just play Gruul Turf and still have access to a 3-drop. We play Valakut, then we can play Growth Chamber and pick up the Vesuva. It's really not that terribly different. I guess if we play Growth Chamber, we're exposing ourselves to some kind of like land destruction effect, but it's not going to matter here. So let's just get the Growth Chamber out there. They, if they're going to cast a ritual into Stone Rain, then so be it. Far be it from me to remove them from that fun. Our opponent surely realizes what's going on by this point. If they were not certain by the turn 1 Vesuva go. Let's pick up this Vesuva and swing it back to them. Sunbaked Canyon. So they're on Mardu, possibly Prowess. Abbott. Yes, this is definitely Mardu Prowess. Cling to Dust. That one's not great at this particular time. Let's play this Amulet, leaving our green floating, and we can now throw this Azusa straight into play. That's great news. That's great news. We could play Valakut and then play Grazer to get the Gruul Turf, and that way we get to keep our Gruul Turf in play and still have Vesuva. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's do this. play Grazer. We can always yield this guy. Put in the Gruul Turf. I guess there's a potential argument for doing Vesuva copying the Growth Chamber instead of going with the Gruul Turf, just so that we can transmute a Tolari West, but we already have 2 different copies of Primeval Titan here, so... Here's Azusa. Here's Valakut. We do technically have an additional land drop here, but I don't see a reason... Well, no. No, we don't. I lied. No additional land drops here whatsoever. But we do have Titan next turn, so... And our opponent needs double discard spell to stop us. And we have a blocker for this Abbot, so... Things are looking fantastic. Been down to 4, up to 6. We actually can pack for Dryad and then play Titan. Right? So we have 5, 6, 7. Use 3 of it down to 4 to play Dryad. Play an additional land drop. Or they could do this. Well, I guess we are pitching the Summoner's Pact. Yeah, that's really good for them. No. Don't want to yield to this turn. Luckily, we top decked the exact card that we needed to be able to play Titan this very turn. So we'll do it. And this one, we may need to get Tolari West with. If we get Tolari West and Simic Growth Chamber, then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we draw another untapped land, we'd be able to immediately transmute and cast another Titan. And if not, we'd be a turn short on it. We're not really activating a Field of Dead this turn, and by that I mean we're not going to be able to trigger it. We could Bojuka Bog away their graveyard, but that doesn't seem relevant here. They can't do anything with Lurrus because they have to put it in their hand from their sideboard before they cast it. So I guess we're just going with the Tolari West line. This is the safest, because this way, if they have a way to kill our Primeval Titan, then we have backup ready to go, so... That was a fantastic top deck. Thank you, Basic Forest. Let's all show some appreciation for untapped green sources. Yep. Let's go to game 2 here. We want things that block and gain life. We want explosives. Fire Spout. Yeah, I like it. Dismembers, possibly. Abrades, possibly. I think I like Abrade. Actually, yeah, I think I like Abrade. Dismembers even maybe as well. Let's just bring in all the removal here. Slow them down as much as possible. We'll take out the Pact. Bog could be relevant against Lurrus. We didn't really care that much about Lurrus before, and I'm thinking maybe we care about Lurrus even less now. Not sure. We can trim the Explorers for sure. Cavern of Souls is an untapped source for our 1-drops and general usage. But I think we can go without it. Let's see. Tracker just dies to removal, so I'm not a huge fan of that one. Although they are playing discard spells, potentially. I think against discard spells, I like Tracker a little bit better. Let's see. We can trim an Amulet, because it's weak to their Kolaghan's commands and potential, like, smash to smithereens and that kind of thing. We can trim 1 Summoner's Pact in case they have ways to punish us, like Ashiok or Blood Moon, or even Damping Sphere could be annoying. Let's see. One more card. What do you guys think at home? What's the last card that should be trimmed here? I'm not sure. I guess Stirrings. When in doubt, Stirrings out. Let's see what we can make of this game here. Well, we drew both Dismembers, but I don't hate it. We'll try it. We have a roadblock here in our Arboreal Grazer. And now we don't even have to fetch for it. So we'll go ahead and get this one into play. We'll throw down this Gruul Turf in case we draw Fire Spout. And we'll plan to play Azusa and puke a ton of lands onto the battlefield. And potentially even hold up Dismember from that point. Another Soulscar Mage. Interesting. No attacks. Interesting. Alright, so here's our Azusa. We're going to do the land that they cannot respond to in any way, and then a second land. This way, if they have a way to kill Azusa, they had to do it now. We're holding up a Dismember, so we'll pass back. Now if we draw a Titan, we're looking fantastic. Bobble. Let's not yield to these triggers, but there is an idea of when we should cast Dismember here. I don't think they would be playing Mutagenic Growth. That's definitely something relevant. Molten Rain. Rude. Alright, well, let's... Oh, wait, we have to fetch first before we can Dismember here. We were not going to be able to Titan this upcoming turn, sadly. That's alright, though. Let's just Dismember now. Get this over with. Hurts, but you gotta rip off the Band-Aid, you know? And now we can just yield through this turn. They probably thought they were getting a bit more damage out of the deal than they really were. Alright. Titan. We can't play it this turn, but we still want to draw it, so Titan. Alright, that's good, that's good. We could pack 4 and play Tracker. How do I feel about that? Then die to another Molten Rain? No, but we can play around Molten Rain. We're gonna get 3 triggers out of our Tracker, too. Tracker might be the move. It might be a little greedy, though. Although, we need to play around Ashiok, which we can do by just playing all of our lands out and then pacting. But let's get a threat into play right now. Let's do it. Here's Tracker. Surprise! We have a threat. Here's a Growth Chamber. Let's pick up the Forest and play Forest. And now we have Azusa potentially as a chump blocker. We are covered against Blood Moon since we still have 4 mana's worth of lands in play, 2 of which are basics. We can crack a clue if we need to. We can Dismember if we need to. The world is our oyster at the moment. Sitting pretty, as they say. Between the two of these, despite this guy has 1 extra power, I think I would rather Dismember this Soul Scar Mage, so we don't get blown out by end of turn Lightning Bolt, untap Lightning Bolt. Even if the Soul Scar Mage dies, like, we could still lose a Primeval Titan or a Tireless Tracker that way. Definitely not something I'm super interested in. Hit a land. That's not terrible for them, but it's not great either. I'm not sure what else they would have been looking for. Well, they want to kill our Tireless Tracker. Do we need to draw a card now? We'll wait. There's no reason to crack a clue immediately. We can still see if we need to fire off this Dismember or not. If we're just taking 2 damage, then who cares? I think I might be willing to throw this Azusa under the bus, though. Not for 2 damage. Soulscar Mage. Yeah, that one kind of sucks. Alright, let's go ahead and draw a card here. There's a Summoner's Pact. So we have another Titan lined up here. Yes. We have another 2 Titans lined up here. We could crack a clue in order to see if we hit an untapped land source to then also Dismember, but I think if we just plan the turn out so that we are chumping with Azusa and Dismembering something else, that we should be able to survive here. We'll see. Our Titan definitely needs to get a Radiant Fountain. I can feel that already. Cracking Sunbaked Canyon is probably good news for us. I guess the worst case scenario would have been... Worst case scenario would have been a Blood Moon, perhaps? Okay. So we're taking 7 here, and that will put us to 4. We'll go to 5 if we dismember, but we'll still be dead if they have a bolt. So I'm gonna declare no blocks. That's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. We're at 4. Doesn't matter. Let's crack this clue. Amulet. That's good. That's good. Land. Nice. All right. So now we can get Feel the Dead and Radiant Fountain, and our Titan will be able to put us up to 6 and produce a couple blockers. We definitely risked throwing away this game by getting Tracker instead of Titan, although there's no guarantee that our Titan would have sticked. Yes. So let's get Field and a Radiant. And now we're holding up Dismember as well, which is a much scarier prospect at 6 life, but it's not irrelevant. So I definitely intended to Dismember the Abbot the other turn, but it's fine, it's fine. We'll yield to this. And we're actually holding up a Clue Crack here as well. We're risking it for the value play. Looks like it may have worked out, but definitely had potential downsides. Was it too cute to go for the Tracker there, or just try to wait a turn? I don't know. And we win. We ended up going 4-1. This is being slow to load. We ended up going 4-1 with this list. Not surprised. I've seen similar lists performing very well online. I definitely think that there's more to this list than meets the eye, and I will probably be replaying it in another league soon to come. You'll see the updates on that one. But yeah, definitely a great list. I have been very underestimating the power of Hanweir battlements, I think. I don't know if it would be possible to include both the Boros Garrison version along with Hanweir battlements. That might be a little bit radical, but I mean, let's say that we were to cut the Ketria Triome and add a Boros Garrison, and then cut just some random land like one of the basics, possibly, to play a Slayer Stronghold and not play the Sunhome. That would give us the versatility to be able to get a Titan into play attacking and also be available as a blocker, which Hanweir battlements does not do. And then if we needed to go for the straight up lethal line, we could use battlements and Valcut. I don't think we would be losing too much by doing that. Like I said, it's a little radical, but maybe I'll give that version of the deck a spin. But yeah, this definitely feels like it has potential. I like the list. The only match that we lost to was against Amulet Master Punt and Wine. Can't really complain about that. Yeah, tell me what you think about this list. Are there any other sweet cards that I could be playing on the sideboard, like red cards? I thought about Fry, potentially, since that one can answer an Ashiok. Doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there. Good league. Hope that you guys learned something. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let's get some interaction going on down in the comment section there. I do pay attention to the comments and respond to them as much as I can. And I will see you guys for the next set of matches, the next league, whatever you want to call it. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.